here in Chicago, everybody's like trying to figure out how you maximize Caleb, and then all of a sudden in the last 2 weeks, after they make the coordinator switch and they bring in Thomas Brown, who has already interviewed for a bunch of head coaching jobs, who was Sean McVay's assistant head coach. He had that title with the Rams when they won the Super Bowl. I think we're all trying to figure out, well, is there a world in which you just promote Thomas Brown and make him the head coach if the pairing with Caleb seems like it's working? Zach, I'll start with you, but Bo, I also want to hear your opinion on this. Just like, how important is that relationship that should override everything else? Like, if they're meshing together, if it's working, do you go all in and just say, well, then just hire him because you don't want to mess with that dynamic? You don't want a Nathaniel Hackett. Nobody wants that. No one wants that situation to play out.
Oh, yeah. I think I could speak on the Nathaniel Hackett situation pretty good being here in Denver. And you're 100% right there. You don't want that. And if it's working out, you went all in on Caleb Williams. He is your guy. Not necessarily that Justin Fields was going to be the future, but you moved on for him for Caleb Williams. He's a number 1 overall pick. And if they are meshing, then you do that. Now, you interview other guys, but you 100% do that because you look at what is successful with these head coach and quarterback pairings. And that outside of the Cincinnati Bengals, if you have your quarterback playing well, you are going to be a playoff team. And this Bengals team is such an outlier, not just this year, but in the history of football, specifically the last 10 or 20 years when quarterback play has been even more important. You have that quarterback playing well, then that is your future and you will have success. So if it's really that good of a connection, you have to give that a very serious consideration.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on this. I think it's important, obviously, for the development of Caleb Williams, for him and Thomas Brown to continue to build on this season. But, give him an interview, sure. But I think that the Bears maybe set their sights a little bit higher as far as just kind of the leader. The leadership qualities is for that you look for from the head coach. And I don't think it necessarily has to be an offensive guy like what we've seen here in the desert. Jonathan Gannon has a defensive background. He was able to set up an infrastructure to surround Kyler Murray for success from a roster standpoint, from a play calling standpoint, and found his OC in Drew Petzing that I think overall you would say is a success. If Brown can continue on as their OC, if the new head coach likes Brown and they mesh well, I can see that relationship continuing. I just think it's a little far-fetched to go from passing game coordinator to OC to head coach. I don't know if that path has ever been successful at the NFL level. It seemed to me that could be a little unprecedented.
We all silly like the mayor.